Nerd Vengers and Broke Vengers and visitors to the tower. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. As per usual, smash that like on your way in. I said smash it!
You know, 2 days ago, I was at the donut shop, and I said, hey, donut guy, you got anything warm back there? He says, try the fritters. They were. They were? What does that even mean? They were. You must mean twere. The fritters twere warm. What's that? We're out of time. Oh, I'm fired.
Before we begin, since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas, I think she should lead us in the saying of grace.
What, dear? Grace. Grace. She passed away 30 years ago.
Yo, Travis, this isn't going to make a lot of sense, but if you smash like, you're going to feel a lot better. All right. Hey, Chet. Yo, Chet. Let's try one of those,
Hey, kids.
try one of those songs that, Adam sent us.
On its way in from New York.
You serious, Clark?
Oh, you can't pull it up? What good are you, dude? Jesus. Can we get something Star Wars going?
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah. I like that one. Yeah. Yo, Chet's the worst. Don't worry, Adam. I got you. We'll get those tunes next time. Let's get this going. Wait, Chet. God damn it, dude. Get the fucking... I know it's Monday. I know you're about to go on break. It's almost the holidays. By the way, let me know in the chat. I just want to know, how many of you guys are sipping hot cocoa right now? Maybe a nice Afghan wrapped around you? I want to know. Oh! Boom, 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 boom. All right.
Don't do that.
What's that? This flannel really brings the blood shot out in my eyes. The fuck does that mean? Now I'm fucking self-conscious. Thanks. Fuck it. All right, let's do this. What's up, Nerd Vengers, Broke Vengers, visitors to the tower, lurkers, haters, all ye people from around the world. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Should be a good stream. Of course, I'm already in the tower. There's things going on. First of all, I want to say we got a lot to get to today, okay? And a lot to get to in general this week. It's going to be a busy week. So we're going to get into show notes. I want to talk about all the things we're going to do this week. But first of all, a very special thank you. And anybody that donated yesterday or anybody that hung out in any of the streams, I saw a bunch of Nerd Vengers throughout the day showing up in different streams. It was a beautiful thing. We participated in a big day of streaming with the Snyder folks, with the folks that support the Snyder Cut. And we were able to raise over $1,000 in just our stream alone, thanks to you guys. So thanks to Paul from Heavy Spoilers. I loved streaming with Paul. Apparently there's some lag issues on the replay back. I apologize about that. Paul has UK internet. We were actually worried that we might not even be able to get his video on in general, but we did get it on. And I love that guy, man. I love his energy. And yes, I would love to stream more with Paul. And hopefully we will be able to figure that out. But regardless, thank you to everybody that participated yesterday. And I just want to say, too, you know, the Snyder Cut fandom gets a lot of shit. And I saw yesterday, I was in streams throughout the day. I was hanging out all throughout the day. I saw nothing but love. I saw just a lot of passion. I think it's incredible how Debbie Snyder and Zach both interact with fans and YouTubers, and not even YouTubers like of my scale. I don't even consider myself a big YouTuber, but not even of YouTubers of our scale, right? Like sort of smaller as far as metrics go, YouTubers. And I think it's fan-fucking-tastic. I think it was awesome, and so I had an amazing time yesterday. That fandom is very dear to me, and so that was incredible. So thank you, everybody. We, as a total community, the Snyder Cut movement has now officially raised over $500,000 for suicide prevention. That is ridiculous. You know, there was this one thing. I'm almost done. We'll get into the content. Everybody shut the fuck up. Okay, now, there was this one moment yesterday where this guy has this question. It was in one of the streams, and he said, like, what would you have preferred? Looking at what happened now, if you really think about it, would you have preferred Zach's original vision to come out? Or would you prefer us to have had what happened have happened? And everybody's answer was the same. The way it went down ultimately created more community, more brand loyalty, more actual money raised for a great cause, all of these different things. Tragedy aside with Zach's family, the growth from that and the sort of friction created by that created a lot of good. And so it's just a very special thing, and I was really happy and honored to be a part of it. So thank you all for being a part of that. Now, moving into show notes for this week, Nerd Theory tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody's looking forward to it. Nobody's looking forward to it as much as me. I can't wait to talk to Theory about this episode. We're going to probably blabber about Luke Skywalker. We're going to talk all about the possibilities. A lot of things that we'll discuss on this show today we will be talking about probably tonight as well. And so I can't wait to back and forth with my man. So, yeah, look forward to that. I need some input from the Nerd Vengers and from channel members as far as what we want to do with the watch party for Wonder Woman, and then we want to do a watch party on Christmas Day for the gallery, for the Mandalorian documentary, the gallery that's coming out, okay? And so I'm not sure on the times here. Are we staying up late Thursday night? I don't think we should do that. Isn't it Christmas Eve? Don't you want to wake up early with the kids? I don't know. Look, we're going to go over that. I will put some polls out on the community tab on the Twitter And you guys will vote, and we will figure that out. But regardless, this will be a sort of slower week in a sense. It's usually that way in the holidays. We're going to be, of course, streaming every day. The streams are not going to go away. We're going to be releasing videos, but we're also going to be working a lot behind the scenes on other things, setting up things for 2021. And so, we'll be more relaxed, but also I want to spend some time with you guys over the holidays, especially with the current quarantining situations. I know many of us will not be able to see our families. We have our Nerdvengers family, and as much as we have the capacity to be there for you guys, we want to be there for you guys. So look out for that. Another very important thing. Holy shit, I'm almost done, chat. I know. They're all leaving. I know. They can't stand it. They want to know about Luke. They want to know about Boba. They want to know about Grace Randolph's scoop. I fucking get it. You're close. One other thing. Very important to me. Not important to many of you. If you are a business tier member or a Nerdvenger Prime member, there was no business stream yesterday, but what we're going to do is next Sunday, we're going to do a 2-hour business stream minimum. There's a lot I want to talk to you guys about the business of the channel, the things that have been going good, where we're going to be going in the future. So let's kick back, man. This Sunday should be a real chill Sunday for everybody. If you got some time, if you're a Prime member, show up at noon on Sunday. We're going for 2 hours. We're gonna pack in all the business talk about everything that's going on, including what Disney's going to be doing with all their movies streaming. Wonder Woman didn't make any money, blah, blah, blah. A lot of fun business stuff to talk about. We will do that on Sunday. Okay, we're done. Everybody chill out. Goddamn. Okay, now, let me know in the chat. Here's what I want to know. It's very simple. Yes or no? Do you want a Luke Skywalker Jedi Academy Disney Plus show? Now, think about it. Think about it. Because your gut and your fanboyism will make you want to say yes. But think about it. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Don't do that. Overwhelmingly, people want it. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, first of all, too, shout out to Star Wars Santa, okay? There is a pinned comment in which Star Wars Santa is continuing to give me a hard time about Ezra, Sabine, and what? I don't know who else. Thrawn, maybe? Is that what else you got on there? Not being in The Mandalorian Season 2. So shout out to Star Wars Santa. I've pinned this comment, other than pinning relevant information to the channel, simply so that Star Wars Santa will leave me the fuck alone. Cool. Cool. Ho ho frickin' ho, Santa. Now, speaking of that, it's actually relevant. I didn't want to just dog on Santa. Check it out. Why did I think that? So, many of you know, I try to, do a good fucking job. I try to do a good job. I try to be informed. I try to know what's happening. I talk to some people occasionally. And, yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong about Ezra. I was wrong about Sabine. I was wrong about Thrawn. Now, I went back just out of curiosity, and I was trying to figure out, why did I even think this? And it's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing, but I need to be upfront with you. Because it made me realize a couple of things. Because it made me realize I need to be more careful. And also, when news comes out, it's kind of like this thing where it's like, when it rains, it pours. Because, man, I'll tell you, when that Star Wars news was coming out, y'all remember? I do. It was like, bam, bam, bam. Here's a cameo in the Mando 2. Here's a cameo in the Mando 2. Here's a cameo. There's a cameo. You get a cameo. You get a cameo. You know what I mean? And so I was of the mind of thinking, yeah, we're gonna get a bunch of crazy cameos, okay? But, and this is where I need to sort of bring it full circle, Andy Signor and Fandom Wire, okay? I remember specifically, they started doing scoops. It was right around the time when Andy started working with Fandom Wire, okay? And surprisingly, some of their scoops were lining up with things that I had heard. And I was like, wow, these guys are actually pretty good. They actually broke something that then was corroborated by a bunch of people that I really respect, okay? And it was in an article, and I actually have it on my Twitter, actually, I think. It was in an article in which Andy was breaking the exclusive of the Ahsoka show, even though we had heard of the Ahsoka show like a long time before that. And in the article, he says, he's talking about the Ahsoka show, and he's talking about how Sabine, Ezra, and Thrawn will show up in the Ahsoka show. Now, in the next paragraph, he talks about how Bo-Katan and Sabine are confirmed to be in the Ahsoka show, as well as the Mandalorian season 2. And I'll be honest with you, I fucked it up. And in my brain, what I thought the article was saying was that all of those characters would be in the Ahsoka show and the Mandalorian season 2. And you must understand that in my brain, when I keep hearing from people and I keep hearing behind the scenes and I keep getting it reinforced that the Mandalorian season 2 is a launch pad for spin-off shows, I'm thinking in my head, well, obviously, if Sabine, Thrawn, and Ezra are in the Ahsoka show, it would behoove Disney to tease them and tee them off that way. Okay? So, number 1, bad on me. Bad on me. I will do better. Number 2, bad on Fandom Wire. Now, let's be fair. I can't sit here and say like, oh, I think Fandom Wire is totally bad. I don't think they know what they're talking about. You know, screw Fandom Wire. But the truth is, the only thing different than all the things that I had been hearing prior to that article from Fandom Wire coming out was the fact that Sabine was going to be in the second season. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The only difference between what was on Daniel Richtman's Patreon and what popped up in their exclusive was something that was wrong. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm actually trying to be fair. But that's what it is. Why is that relevant? Because Fandom Wire just released an exclusive yesterday that says that Disney Plus is developing a Luke Skywalker show. And look, I'm going to be real with you. That is a pretty safe assumption. You know? That's a pretty safe assumption. I mean, look at the response this chat gave when asked about it. The Luke Skywalker appearance in The Mandalorian Season 2 was absolutely epic, dude. I know there's like a fringe of people out there that are being negative about it. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Like, just good luck with that. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But my point is, if you read the Fandom Wire exclusive, what it says is that it's in early stages of development, which is kind of a cop-out, because you can say that about fucking anything. Because early development means we're thinking about the project. It doesn't mean it's greenlit. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Early development, fuck, dude, shower thoughts are early development. You know what I mean? So I don't know if here's the thing. I can't tell you for sure if the Fandom Wire scoop is for real. If it's like, hey, they're obviously going to make a fucking Luke Skywalker, let's throw an exclusive out there. And then when it happens, which is obvious, we can then say that we were exclusive. That might be it. Maybe they heard something and who knows. But I will say, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I see no reason as to why it wouldn't happen. I'm also reminded of the fact that I was made aware of early development on a young Ben Solo project earlier this year. Yeah. You know this Star Wars thing? Lucasfilm does this all the time. I don't know if you've noticed this. As a Star Wars fan, please let me know in the chat if you've noticed this. They are really good at not knowing how popular a character is until they kill that character, and then they're like, let's bring them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes or no? Do you agree that this is something that Disney is pretty good at doing? Yeah, I mean, Boba Fett, you know, Darth Maul. Yeah. Bib Fortuna. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if there's a young Ben Solo series, is it the same thing as the Luke Skywalker series? You know, and I'll give some credit to Star Wars Santa. You know, the Jolly Troll, I think is what we should start referring to him as. The Jolly Troll. I'll give credit to Star Wars Santa. There is an interview with Jon Favreau in which he talks about a book called Paper Moon. How many of you guys are familiar with this? How many of you guys know where I'm going with this? I need to make sure the class is paying attention. Paper Moon. How many know what I'm talking about? Anybody? Bueller? Paper Moon is a story in which someone, the young child, is adopted. And then they don't like living with their adopted parents, and then they return back to their original parent. That's the main concept that we believe. Paper Moon is a movie. Thanks, Rob. That's the main reason that people believe that Grogu will likely not be with Luke Skywalker at the time of the temple falling. Capisci? We also know, due to, well, number one, Daniel Richtman, but also number two, I believe John confirmed this morning, that The Mandalorian Season 3 will take place many years after Season 2. Did you know that? Did you know that the next season will take place years after Season 2? Did you know that? That's why you're here. Because you didn't. What's that mean? Yeah. So, when you really start to think about it, you start to think about how all this is fitting together. You're like, whoa. Like, they're not just filling in the time between Jedi and The Force Awakens. They're going to fill in that time. Like, they're going to freaking fill it like a cannoli, son. About to break the shell. Man, I could go for a cannoli now. Chet, can you run and get me one? This is fascinating to me. This is a fascinating time, man. Because I just really, I'm like just trying to wrap my head around everything. You know, let me pontificate about Luke for a second, and then we'll get into Q&A. Maybe that's enough for today. We'll just talk a little Luke, and then we'll get into Q&A. I have often said, and again, come by Nerd Theory tonight. Star Wars Theory and myself will be talking quite a bit about this. But I've actually been saying this since the Ahsoka episode. If you go back and watch some of the videos we did, I actually started talking about this immediately. As soon as I saw Grogu on the stone, I was like, oh, cool. So they're going to do Luke. They're going to do Ben Solo. They're going to do the new Jedi Academy. They're going to set up the fact that Luke's whole thing, all of his chips, get placed into the middle. And the bet is on the new generation of Jedi. In order for Luke to make more sense in The Last Jedi, I know many of you are like, in order for Luke in The Last Jedi to make sense, we must understand how a character like the one we just saw in The Mandalorian can become so broken. And yeah, he loses the Academy. And yeah, he loses Ben. But here's the thing. That's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. I need to know that Luke put all his eggs in the basket of the new generation of Jedi. That he could have done many things with his power. And he stood at this sort of crossroads at the end of Jedi with, let's face it, godlike power. He's Space Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And so what does Space Jesus do? Does Space Jesus go around kicking butt? Does Space Jesus go around... I mean, he obviously did a little bit, right? Does he go around slaying? Is that how he decides to keep the balance? Or does Luke decide his whole purpose as a being is to train a new generation of Jedi? And then if we get a show that fills that out, that shows how important this was to him, how much he put his time and energy into it. And I also need to know about the things he walked away from. Leia calls him and she's like, hey, this battle thing is pretty tough. Maybe battle is your coup, maybe whatever. You know, hey, Luke could really use you. And he's like, nah. I need to see it. I need to see him make decisions that he later regrets. You know what I mean? That's me. So, I think that's what we'll get. I think that's what we'll get, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's what we'll get. But I guess we could just get into Q&A now. We can knock out Q&A. Maybe we'll do like a kind of a shorter stream because I need to do more research and reach out to more people about this Boba Fett Mando Season 3 thing. We can talk about that a little bit, but I am freaking out. I am freaking out, ladies and gentlemen. And if you think, oh man, many of you think things. Many of you think things. By the way, can we smash like a little bit more? Don't do it for me. Do it for Chet, because if we don't get to 400 likes on this video, I'm not going to pay him this week. No, you didn't. No, I can do that. You didn't look at your contract. You gotta look at it. Look at it again. Okay, we're gonna start going through these super chats, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll call it a stream. Okay. Big Steve with the $5 holla says it was a great stream. Will you and Paul be making it a regular thing? I hope so. Look, Paul and I had a blast yesterday, man. Like, we had a blast on camera. We had a blast before we went live. We had a blast messaging each other throughout the day. I really like Paul's energy. I really do. So I'd love to stream with him more. The problem is the UK thing. We have to figure out the lag. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We just have to figure out the lag thing. And then also, the truth is, you know, he and I are both going to be very busy. Very busy boys in the coming months and in next year. So, why not use Max Lloyd Jones as Luke? Full stop. So, is Max the motion actor that did the Luke Skywalker? Is that the guy? I believe that's the guy, right? Let me double check here. Let me double check. Yeah, Max Lloyd Jones. Okay, so I think they will probably do that. And here's the other thing, and I'm excited to talk to Theory about this too, because I believe there's this... I think a lot of Star Wars fans think that Mark actually filmed stuff for this, right? In fact, let's find out. Let us know in chat, yes or no. Do you think Mark Hamill filmed for this? Because I'm going to tell you right now, no fucking way, dude. No way, dude. No way he did. But maybe I don't know that. I'm assuming that. You know what I mean? Hell nah, dog. Hell nah. I bet he didn't even... Okay, so if anything, Mark recorded audio, and I don't even think they used it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think they used it. When Mark said my involvement, I think he was speaking metaphorically to the character of Luke. I don't even think he might have been involved insofar as they like brought him on and they gave him the idea and he had to sign off on it or some bullshit like that. But I don't think he was involved at all. And the truth is, I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. Like, my allegiance is not to Mark Hamill. I think Mark's a cool dude, but my allegiance is to Luke Skywalker. Dude. Full stop. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Give me Luke Skywalker. Honestly, don't care. But thank you for the support. It's pretty interesting. I think we'll get more answers with the gallery. That's what I think. Geologist B says, deploy the likes. Take my money. Morning, all. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate the love. Trev says, Luke's show about teaching Grogu, Jason, and Ben. Oh, yeah, brother. I think it's coming. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. That's what I got for you. Darth Nablus with a $5 holla says, maybe we didn't get Sebastian Stan because he didn't want to do it. Yeah, maybe. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to be Luke Skywalker. I'll tell you that. A lot of pressure. Yeah. I've also heard, and some people are speculating this, and it's kind of cool, that maybe they do want to use Sebastian, but had they done that, it would have been spoiled. And so, because they brought it, I mean, look, I don't even think the other actors knew Luke was going to be in the show. Which is funny, because some people did. But I don't even think the actors knew, because if you look at the way the whole episode is shot and set up, they're just looking at screens and at a fucking door. And then all Din says is, are you a Jedi? He doesn't know. I bet motherfucker didn't know at all that Luke Skywalker was going to show up. And the way you do that is you sort of shoot it with a skeleton crew. You know what I mean? And that's so basically, to circle the point, some people think that they could use a different actor, maybe Sebastian, for the actual series. And by the time it goes to film, the technology will be much better and they can actually make him look much more like Luke. So, you know, I've heard that. But I think that Max did a great job, and I think that the deep fake or whatever it is fine. It's only going to improve. Another thought, the fact that now we live in the digital age means in a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now, they could update the Luke from The Mandalorian Season 2, and like it'll just, then now, like forever when you go to click it, it'll just be better and improved. That was a George thing. Like, it's funny to me how much of George's thoughts and beliefs about entertainment are coming to fruition now. It's actually quite fascinating. He was very much ahead of his time. You know what I mean? So yeah, that everybody's complaining about that Luke. They don't realize in 6 months that Luke will be pristine, and then it'll be that Luke forever. And I still didn't care when I watched the episode because it was awesome. All right, let's keep going. Tom says, Grogu will tie all the Star Wars together, train in the prequels, survive the OG, and the sequels becomes master of the New Order post Episode 9. Thoughts? Tom, that is a brilliant idea. I've been thinking about this quite a bit myself. I did the video about the legacy of Grogu, and I think I touched on this in that video because, yeah, it really seems like Grogu is not just a cute little character that John came up with, but it kind of seems like they reverse engineered a type of character that could sort of be a legacy character like Yoda was. Like, if you think about it, Yoda and the way they're using him in the High Republic and stuff, it's really interesting. He is a character that's life spans for almost 1,000 years. And so he can link so many different stories together. And, you know, some people speculate that Yoda trained up to 20,000 Jedi in his lifetime. 20,000. And now Grogu, this is what I think is so cool. Grogu now can do that as well. And him training with Luke Skywalker is super key, dude. That is super key. It is so important to the whole thing because we must link it back to the thing that started it all, to the thing that we love. And then we must link it back to Yoda, you know? So yeah, Tom, I'm with you, bro. And, you know, just to kind of clarify, yes, I do believe in the Rogue Squadron movie, there could be a character like Grogu that shows up that helps create a new Jedi Order that is indeed much older and has trained with Luke Skywalker. Okay? And yeah, I do think they're going to work around Rey and Finn and all that, and I don't mind that at all. You know what I mean? Like, if we go 100 years past Episode 9 and like Rey's long gone, Finn's long gone, all of them are long gone, I will shed 0 tears. 0. But I still don't want that time period to be decanonized or, you know, all the investment I made into that time period, reading books, you know, studying, you know, being involved. I don't want that all to go away. You know what I mean? So basically, all of you people that really want it retconned, like, I just don't care. And I will be happy if you're mad. Take that to the bank. With regards to this specific situation, I will be happy if you are mad. I'll be happy. I'm not going to rub it in. But behind your back, I'm going to be very fucking happy. Regardless, if we move forward, if we go way past, I think we all get what we want. We don't focus on it. We don't talk about it. We don't have to deal with Rey and that. We can just move forward. So I think Grogu serves a very important purpose in that regard. Mike says, oh, wait, we already went over. Oh, no. Here we go. A new Jedi Academy show. If it focused on the students, and yes, cameos from Luke, but Luke shouldn't be the focus. 10, bring in other masters, Ahsoka and Cal. So I think Ahsoka will do her own thing. I don't think she's going to be involved in Luke's new Jedi. Maybe they'll meet or something like that, but I don't think they're going to be involved. And that's interesting, Mike. Cameos from Luke. I don't know. Cameos from Luke. I don't know if people would get down with that, dude. You know? I don't know. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I think we're on a similar page here, but I say just give me Luke, dude. Like, let's give me all the Luke. Like, all of it. Do an animated show, do a live action show, do a novel, do it all. Patricia, the $10 holla. Thank you so much. Says, I was very proud to be a part of yesterday. Thank you, Josh, for guiding the Nerdvengers to a beautiful cause. Thank you. You know, look, here's the thing. I appreciate you, Colisto, and I understand what you're saying, and I will try to graciously take your thanks. But also understand that without the Nerdvengers, without all of you, nobody reaches out to me. Okay? The people that reached out to me to be involved with that, they reached out because we actually have a community. Okay? There are bigger... Here's the thing. There are bigger YouTubers than us. There are people that could maybe raise all kinds of money. There's all kinds of things out there. But if you look at what happened yesterday, a lot of the usual suspect butthole people that maybe support the Snyder Cut, but they're also fucking assholes, were nowhere to be found yesterday. Zach wants nothing to do with those people, I can tell you. The cause wants nothing to do with those people. I want nothing to do with those people. And so we were approached because of our brand and because of our community. That's you guys. You guys did that. You know what I mean? So I'll, thank you, but also thank you. You know what I mean? Mike Porter says, love you, Josh. Say hi to my little sister, Susan Porter. Hey, Susan! What's up? Are you taking care of your brother? How's that work? You gonna rib him? Something like that? Mike, did you get her on Star Wars? What's up? Let me know. Stevie with the $20 holla says, theory, Grogu doesn't show up until the Avengers style event. He'll show up older and fully trained and will save Mando's life. Also, with the time jump, are they combining the Thrawn Yuuzhan Vong stories with Thrawn helping? Okay, a lot of questions in there. And let me just start by saying there's a lot of confusion right now. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused by some of the things I'm hearing, right? So I don't know. I do think we are headed towards a culmination Avengers type event, which will actually be on in the movies. But by then, the whole world might be over movie theaters. Literally, like it might take about a year more before 90% of the population is completely over it when it comes to theaters. I'm sorry, I don't want that to be the case. It is the reality. Look at the data, look at the trends. It just is what it is. So I think they are currently trying to develop something that will culminate in a cinematic event. Could Grogu be involved with that? Sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm confused. There's a lot going on right now. Sith Master Josh says, any chance Mando will pick up after episode 9? Doubt that. Very much doubt that, but thank you for the love. Darth Nabalus says, I'm sorry, Josh, but I'm totally seeing a sequel retcon happening. The Ahsoka show hints at it way too obviously. Okay, let me explain. Darth, if this happens, I won't even be that mad. Like, I'm not going to be mad. Do you think I give a shit that much about, like, Rey and Kylo that I'm going to be like, oh, I can't believe they did it? No, I don't care. What I'm telling you is it makes no fucking sense. It makes zero fucking sense. I understand that it's what people want, but it makes zero sense. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Do you want me to lie to you and say, oh, no, yeah, I can see a way in which it would happen? I see zero way in which it would happen. Zero. None. But I'll make you a deal. If they retcon the sequels, I will shave my head. I will shave it live to the skin. I'll shave my head if they do it. By the way, the last time I made this offer, it was something equally ridiculous. And you all thought that was possible too. Sam Shills says, do you think Mando will show up in the spin-off shows like Rangers, Boba? Yes, I do, actually. Dandrick says, catch you on the replay, but just a heads up, the word on the street is the Den of Nerds is becoming the planet's #1 nerdy news hub. Is in early development. Hey! We're just going to keep doing what we do, baby. And I appreciate the love, Dandrix. Thank you, man. TG, look no hands. I agree. There will be a Luke/Grogu show. Or they'll show up a lot elsewhere. Disney is a business. And there's no way they put the biggest, old, and newest characters together and not monetize them. Exactly, right? Exactly. But you know what else is like? Grogu's going to show up in the Bad Batch. I think in Bad Batch, we will see who rescues Grogu from the temple. But you're right. Like, there's no way they're not going to utilize Grogu. Like, come on, guys. Think about it. And again, it goes back to that. To me, it goes back to them thinking very long term and being like, we're thinking 20, 30 years out. We need some connective tissue. We need to have it connected to Luke, to Yoda. We need this all to feel like Star Wars. And the cameos and the fan service in The Mandalorian should be an indication that this is the new direction. And I know that it is. Fuck, I've been saying that it is since January or February. When I said, oh man, it's been a weird year. You know, how many times did I say Star Wars MCU, that Marvel's coming over, Feige's helping them? Nobody wanted to believe me in like January, February. It was like, Star Wars is dead. I'm like, bitch, please. Everything I'm hearing about is like, holy shit, Star Wars is just getting started. And then all these motherfuckers are like, there's no way. What? Boba Fett and Mandalorian? They'd never do that. What? Ahsoka and Mandalorian? They'd never do that. So, yeah, it's been a weird year. Josh hey Josh, amazing stream yesterday. I caught it a little late, but man, it was good. Thanks, Nerd Vendors, and shout out. That was totally cool. Mando, Boba Fett, and Luke. P.S. Take my money. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, man. I mean, I've spoken about it a lot, but felt good. Felt good in the soul yesterday to be helping out a good cause. And, you know, I'll say this too. Like, Zach and Debbie, man. Like, when Debbie was explaining on the Lightcast show, she was explaining how when they pitched the full budget for the Snyder Cut in February, so basically they had to make a presentation, and they had to do this in February. Because they both come from advertising, they actually reached in and did a lot of the analytics. And so, you know, the different things like, for instance, the fact that Release the Snyder Cut is the most used hashtag for any Warner Brothers film ever. And it's a film that was never released. That's pretty interesting data. And so they brought in all this analytical data, which you guys know me. I'm like, analytics. Oh, keep going. Talk dirty to me with these analytics, you know? But it's so cool. Because they had no money, dude. They had no money. They were like, yeah, we got this thing. We think it's really valuable. Here's all the data that says it's valuable. we're going to need like $100 million. It's a great fucking story, dude. They got it done. You know what I mean? It's cool. And it just shows that, like, and if you think about it, that's why Debbie, that's why Zach, they continue to show up on these YouTube channels and continue to galvanize their audience because they understand the relationship and the value that that relationship brings. And it's really cool. It's really copacetic. I'm happy to be involved with it in the slight way that I am. Kale says, I think they're doing a Luke school series. Sounds very Disney to me. There's so much potential to make it badass for all of us. I agree. Marty MF said, I'd prefer a Luke hunting Jedi relic show. I'd like that too. I would not hate that. Scott says, who will eventually rule Mandalore? Well, that's a great question, man. That is a great question. You know, I went back and read, as I was saying to you guys, I went back and did a lot of research this weekend. One of the reasons was I just wanted to understand how I got things wrong, right? And there was a very interesting LRM article that broke way early in the year that was talking about the spin-off Star Wars universe all being developed by Dave Filoni. And it was just really interesting if you go back and read that article, how they were talking about how it's going to be like Game of Thrones, except instead of having one show where you follow the different houses and the families and the people, you know, all around, you're going to do this through separate shows. And then I started to think about, like, if you're John, if you're Dave, and, you know, Feige's coming over and Feige's helping Star Wars, right? But the thing is, you don't want to just do MCU. You want to do something new, and you want to actually, like, expand. Essentially what I'm saying is, it's like my favorite Wayne Gretzky quote. You don't want to go to where the puck is at. You want to go to where the puck is going. And so when it comes to Star Wars, and again, this probably heavily influenced by Kevin Feige. And if you check out some of his recent comments about how streaming is the future and you will get an experience with WandaVision that you could not have in cinemas, interesting. What does that mean? When it comes to The Mandalorian and the Star Wars Filoniverse, as we've been calling it, it's very interesting to see how they're going to have all of this connect. If The Mandalorian Season 2 is any indication, we're in for a wild ride, dude. A wild ride. Flavor of the week, very poppy. Feels very similar to Buck Rogers. You know what I mean? So all kinds of people could be popping up all over the place. That didn't answer your question about who will rule Mandalore, but essentially it's going to be interesting. And I think that we're going to see that play out over the course of all these different shows. Brian says, when will we see new Star Wars content? I'm already hungry for more. Bad Batch will be coming next, I believe. And I believe that will be around March. TG, look no hands. Doesn't there always have to be a chosen one, a la Mortis? Maybe after Anakin, the role went to Luke. And then we'll see him handed off to Grogu. Like the wow, that's kind of interesting. It will be interesting to see how deep they go with that kind of stuff. Because we're also potentially getting a lot of lore explained, a lot of like deep lore. Taika's show has the Throw Yor on it. It looks like it's over Tython or something, some crazy planet. You know, the iconography of his logo feels ancient to me. You know, perennial. So there's the possibility of a lot of that stuff being explained. Mortis, the Cosmic Force, all that kind of stuff might get explained as well. I also think that through the Luke series, some of this can be explained. The Luke series could set up some of the rules, more establish that. You know what I mean? John Campbell with the $5. No message there. Sorry if you meant to send one, it didn't come through. Boba could go after Luke or Han in this series. Great stream yesterday, says Ricky. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, man. Darth Nablus again says, I don't want you to shave your head. Just look at the 0 in the Ahsoka show title. Oh, look at her belt, dude. Her belt looks like a portal into the world between worlds. That is not evidence that they're going to do something completely illogical. How does that add up to evidence that they will do something completely illogical? That's what I don't understand. John Campbell says, in the Good Morning interview this morning, John said Mark played the part on set. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. So it's looking like the only person did the fighting scenes. The other person. Okay. The other actor only did the Luke stunts. Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. It's not like I'm not going to be mad either way. My gut tells me, though, no way. No way. If anything, maybe he shot like right with the dude, maybe just for reference. But who knows? Who knows? I could be wrong. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what's going on in the chat without the supers. We'll probably call it in like 10 minutes. Josh, you play Realm of Champions yet? I've booted up. I haven't actually had a lot of time to play. Just been kind of busy and all that. But no, I'm looking forward to having a little bit of time to chill before 2021 takes my soul. I just seen it from Disney tweet that the Book of Boba can't wait. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Book of Boba is going to be great. Let me tell you what. So excited for Ming-Na Wen. She's fantastic. Sweet soul. Also a Pittsburgh gal. Just found that out this weekend. So, you know. Much love. Much love to a fellow Yinzer. I'm pumped, man. Robert Rodriguez, too, added to the producers. That's interesting. I wonder if John was like... Never mind, I can't talk about that. Okay. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Can we get a real Luke, not CGI, says Michael Freeman. Look, man, I totally disagree with that assessment. I understand if you feel that way, but I totally disagree with that assessment. To me, that moment is more Luke than Luke that we've seen in other iterations with the actual actor. You know what I am referring to. I'm not even going to go there. But the point is, there are all sorts of things that create the authenticity of a character. An actual human being playing the part is way low on the totem pole. It doesn't actually make that much of an inherent difference. And when it comes to Luke in this last episode, whatever witchcraft they used, they created Luke Skywalker. That was Luke Skywalker. So I just can't get on your level with that. Dylan George says Gideon's female I.O. was awful sweaty as the heroes arrived. She was awfully sweaty too when they shot her in the face and she died. Starting to think she was for show Sabine. Anyone notice her die? Oh yeah, she's dead. Whiskey Steve says, if we get Luke series, could we finally get Kyle Katarn? Happy holidays to you and all the nerd fans. Happy holidays, motherfuckers! We got to find out when we're hanging out on Christmas and stuff like that, man. I'm excited. It's going to be cool. Could we get Kyle Katarn? I was immediately thinking of Kyle because Luke was so stoic in the episode that I was reminded of how Kyle would play off of Luke's stoicism in the games. And he'd be like, you always think there's something going on or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just whatever. So it would be great to get that kind of dynamic, that sort of buddy cop, cheeky dude that sort of more humanized Luke's stoicism and all that. So that would be cool. Stephen J says, will After Dark be doing the same stream/watch party thing for WandaVision season finale? I mean, that's a far ways off, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. After Dark is a big part of what we do here, and I'm excited for that show to expand and get bigger and do more things next year. Did y'all see the fan art that someone made for the Mang Gang? It's on our Discord if you haven't seen it. The Mang Gang. I'm going to put it on Twitter, too. Man. After Dark has a very dedicated fan base, and it's really cool. I'm pumped. All right, let's knock out a few more of these, and then we're going to call it. This retcon the sequels crap is a fandom menace. Wet dream that has gotten out of control. Maybe so, man. Maybe so. I try not to get too... I'm not trying to necessarily be rude about it. Okay? And I understand. Look, Doomcock is entertaining. How many times do I have to say this? I think he's entertaining. A lot of these guys are entertaining. You just got to think about it. What do you want? You want to know what's really going on? Or do you want to fuel your narrative? And either way is cool with me, but I got to tell you the truth. That's my role. I got to tell you the truth, unfortunately. Paul Traviti says, what's good, Josh? Just wanted to hop on and wish everyone a happy holidays. Oh, and Book of Boba effing Fett. Yeah, Parth. Crazy, huh? Crazy. As Boba fans, could we be more spoiled? Like, for real. Could Boba fans be more spoiled? I don't know, man. I also saw, if you guys frequent the subreddit prequel memes, there's a really funny meme. Well, it's not a meme. It's a video of Tamara Morrison from the Attack of the Clones set. And he literally says, may the force be with you, bro. And the bro is like, bro. Like, it's kind of sweet. You should check it out. It's kind of sweet. Just so y'all know. Hey, I'm really glad that nobody was talking about the drama today. That's cool, man. That means I'll be able to do a full video on it later and everybody will be interested. Bruh, art zooms are dumb. I don't know what you're going on about. Thanks for telling the truth, Josh. Thoughts on Grace Randolph not admitting she was wrong? It's because she wasn't wrong, Paul. And I don't know how to break it to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, everybody thinks that Grace was just 100% wrong. You're a simp. Absolutely, dude. That's my queen. I simp for Grace. Yeah. Everybody watch that. If you really watch that Good Morning America interview, like if you watch it in earnest and you actually just look at the way John answered those questions, and then like everybody thought I just think people are funny, man. It's cognitive dissonance is what it is, really. It's like, and to be fair, it happens to me all the time, right? It's a product of the human mind. What cognitive dissonance is we all have super big egos and we think, I'm really fucking smart. There's no way I could be wrong about this. And even if you don't like cognitively think that, there's a part of your brain that thinks that for sure. And so essentially, when it comes to the Pedro story, we're all, well, most of you are like, I am smart enough that if this was real, I would be able to know. I'd be able to sift through the BS and actually tell the truth. Okay? And so the cognitive dissonance is because I see no evidence and I know I'm really smart, Grace was wrong. That's called cognitive dissonance. It doesn't mean you're right. Capisci? Pimp Daddy Fett making a run at the Mando throne. So that's actually really interesting, Justin. Some people think that that's what he's doing, that he's going to go to Tatooine and he's going to start recruiting. He's going to start sort of building up his army. And Tatooine is a very interesting planet. It has a lot of like sort of crazy connections to crime, to the Hutts. There's a big underbelly, a lot of shady stuff. There's like bad stuff happens on Tatooine. You know how they say bad stuff happens in Philadelphia? And as someone that lived in Philly for 5 years, I can assure you it is true. Bad things happen in Philadelphia. For sure. Bad things also happen on Tatooine. For sure. So maybe Boba's like building up a thing of mercenaries, and he wants to take back the Mandalorian throne that way. But it was funny that he said they turned that planet to glass. That was something we had speculated a lot about throughout the season. Bo seems to think that it's not glassed. So I guess we'll just see. I guess we'll just see. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it there, okay? You are all lovely human beings, even if you're horrible. Hey, Josh, is Discord a good place to bounce an MCU theory? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Hit me up there. Look, man, the problem is it's just like you got to think about scale. I'm trying. I want to let everybody feel like I'm there for them, but it's just hard. Okay? So you can send me that, brother. Like, send it to me like in a chat sometime or whatever, in a Q&A session. It's actually probably the best way to do it. And you don't even have to necessarily send it in a super chat. you could like spam it and then I'll get to it or whatever. But that's probably the best time to do it, just being real. Because like you got to think about it. In this time period, like for the 20, 30 minutes, I'm like super engaged. It's literally like what we do. Like I'm like, okay, let's like engage. You know what I mean? Like let's engage. So, yeah. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.